Hey everyone, Egman here with another video, and today we've got our first Battle Evolution deck. It's the Green Tien Shinhan World Tournament leader. I've been really looking forward to this leader, and I also played it on my live stream last night, so if you haven't watched that, there will be a link in the description or a link at the end of the video for the re-upload of that live stream. Also, if you're not following me on Twitch, you should do it. I've been doing a lot of giveaways and streams this year already on there, and also if you want to see my schedule for every week, make sure to follow me on Facebook. Every Sunday I update with my weekly schedule for streaming, and I've been doing it for DBS and Digimon with a bunch of giveaways, so definitely check that out. But let's go into the list itself. So what does this leader do? When this card attacks, draw one, then add to one card from your life to your hand, which is pretty good. Self-awakening on a leader and then also drawing on a leader is normally really great. It also has an active main, add to one green Chiaotzu card with 5k power or less from your deck to your hand. Shuffle your deck, then negate the skill for the game. So the one we chose for this one is the new one, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but it's a really good effect. And then like if you go second, then we drop to 7, you charge 1, and then you swing, then you get 2 cards in your hand, and then you get to search the Chiaotzu as well, so you have like 9 cards in hand. So that's a really good swing, and it gives you a lot of gas to really start off the game, right? Which I really liked about this leader. It's really consistent in a lot of ways. So it has that, and then when your life's at 4 or less, when you play 3 multi-form tokens to your battle area, and then which have 10k attack, 5k combo, and then switch out one of your energy to active mode and flip this card over. So you kind of mitigate like the not being able to draw one with the awaken with the Chiaotzu you add, so you still kind of get like a 1 and untap one with this leader for awakening if you think of it that way. And then you also get 3 of these battle cards, which are 10ks, and then also worst case are just extra 5k combos. But they also have this really cool effect on the backside. So when this card attacks, draw 1 card. This gains plus 5k power for the battle. So already having a 20k swing is nice. But if you have a total of 3 Tien Shinhan cards and or multi-form tokens in play in your battle area, when this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, any cost of 4 or less. KO it. This card gains critical for the turn, so it's just really nice. Has being able to have a 20k crit. You do have to have your tokens survive, which the tokens are like weirdly good and bad in a lot of ways. They get sucked up by cards like Dormant Potential and Dark Mass Saiyan, like the new Overwhelm card. But like it's just, other than that, like they're really hard to pop because they don't have an actual energy cost for it. So it's hard to say how good they really are. But it is nice to have this effect. Like if this effect was just on the leader outright, it would be. I almost would say like it's better if this leader just always had that effect. But being able to just have these cards that you can combo with is nice, just for like end game scenario, just like emergency defense scenarios, and then also just like extra swings. So if you need to like clean up your opponent's board and stuff. But it is a weird condition. Also, you both these effects procced when you swing with this card, so you definitely want to awaken when you're not. You want to awaken before you swing with this guy. So it's kind of rough to have like the untap one, draw one, or sorry, take a life and draw one on the swing for this dude, just because then it puts you in like a really awkward spot where you want to swing and you want to awaken, but if you do, then you won't be able to like use this effect until next turn. So I think that's the only like weird thing with it. So there's also just some idea to run some self-awakeners already, but we do get Chiaotzu to do some self-awakening for it. And if we look into this card, it's blocker. If you leave cards of green Tien Shinhan, when this card is played, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand, then play up to 1 green Tien Shinhan with any cost of 3 from your deck. Then shuffle your deck. The card you played with this skill can't attack until the end of your next turn, which is a really, really long time, especially if you pop it yourself. So even if you like play this turn 1, and like, so the reason is because if you play this turn 1 and your opponent swings in it, then you get this guy out, right? Which is crazy to have this out on turn 3. Not really, but it's just like you get this card out, and then like you don't want them to like be able to swing with it on your turn 2, I guess. So that's fine. Especially, I mean, since you can find Chiaotzu turn 1 anyways, like I can get why they do that. But like this card's not good enough to do this because you don't really get anything from it until turn 4 anyways. So it's just a weird thing going on. But it's okay. It's a fine card. And like getting stuff for free is good, and then also it has to be KO'd, which means we can use our Bardock to do that. But if you KO on your turn with Bardock, you don't get a swing at this for like 2 turns because it's until the end of your next turn. So this turn, like let's say you get this out turn 2. So turn 2 you can't swing with it until the end of your 3rd turn. So you can't swing with it until turn 4, which is super long, and you can always combo with it. Thank goodness, but it's just a real long time. Anyways, rant on that aside. So we also have a couple other one drops. So we have Trading Blow Son Goku and Vegeta the Lone Prince. Both these pretty much do the same thing. You play it for 1, And then if your leader card's World Tournament and your opponent has 5 or more cards in your hand, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand, placed in the drop. And Vegeta, which is also a super combo, has a, if your leader's green, your life's at 4 or less. When it's used in a combo, draw 1. And then auto, if your leader card's a mono green, when this card is played, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and discards it. So both these just have the same idea of being able to make your opponent discard a card when you play it for 1 on turn 1. And if you do that, then if you have Son Goku, Power of Legend, then you have like a really good thing you can do with him. Being able to play this turn 1 is nice. Especially because it's a 15k crit and you can really go into it, but and then you can like do some like warping stuff. So there's some good stuff with him. So turn 1, you definitely want to do that. And then lastly, like Bulma, Life Dynamic, I just added this card, but I think it's necessary. Being able to find a looking top 5 for a green unison with a specified cost of 2 or 1 green Saiyan with any cost 3 or less, add them to your hand. I think it's good enough that it's just really warranted for. We really live or die if we find our Bardock a lot of the times, and even though we technically have like a 49 card deck with Chaozu, we definitely want to see this guy as often as possible. So if we need a Bulma on turn 1 to help find it, I think it's worth it just to do it. It slows us down, but getting this out on turn 2 is just too important to not do it. And it has synergy with Bulma anyways if you play it, so it's good enough. But with the Bardock, it's auto. When your opponent combos, you may place 1 card from their combo area into the drop area. If you do, negate the skill for the turn. +1, you may choose 1 of your green battle cards, any cost of 1, and KO it. If you do, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hands and discards it. So being able to do that is really nice. The auto is really, really great, especially. It just depends on what your opponent is, but if they want to KO this guy, normally they have to swing with their 10k leader into it, which means they have to combo cards, which means you can make them discard a card for comboing to try to swing over this, and it gets a lot of value and can catch your opponent off guard, especially because its autos can happen both turns. And it has a -3, this card gets -5k power and triple attack for the turn. So if you're just turn 4, you need to do 3 damage, you can just play this guy, do -3, and then have like a 20k triple attacker, which is normally, can sometimes win you the game on the spot, which is really nice. And then we're also running 4 dormant potentials and also 4 freezes, so of course we'd run it. But there's that. So that's turn 1. Turn 2, we want to play this, I think. I guess that's turn 2 now. And then going after that, then turn 3 we can do a couple of different things. But the cool thing with this is that it's +1, it KOs the card, which means you can KO your Chaozu, and then you can take a life, and then you can get like a Tien Shinhan out too. So there's just some good stuff you can do with it. I really like it. It has some good ideas. And then like this Tien can be good late game, because we're running 3 of these Mercenary Taos. I don't know if turn 4 is too late for this deck, but if you do have that Tien Shinhan from the Chaozu earlier, and it's really consistent to find this because we get one of these in our opening hand every game, so there's not a bad chance for it. But then you get to just play your Mercenary Tau on turn 4, and then you get to make them discard 3, and then you have like this 15k swing, and then you have a 20k double strike swing, and then you can use this to gain a double strike 20k swing again. So it's just like a lot of pressure to really close out the game, especially turn 4 if they don't have a lot of cards in hand. So there is all that. Another good turn 3 play, even though that was a turn 4 play, is this new Rosie as well. If your leader card's green, when you play this card, your opponent chooses 2 cards in their hand, discards it, then this card gains triple attack for the turn, which is really good. Being able to just have a 15k triple attacker already is great. I don't think we even have a 15k triple attacker in general, but also just being able to make your opponent discard 2 cards is just absurd. So I really like this card. It has some good stuff going for it as well. Worst case is a 5k combo. I think this one's really overtuned, especially because like if you look at Rebrianne instead, like for 2 energy, you make your opponent discard 2 cards, but you don't get any like pressure with them. For like 1 more energy, being able to get a 15k body with triple strike is just insane. So it's just like a really good power creep. Of course, this activates in the drop area instead of the battle area, so there is that, but I think there's some good cards going with it. I think that's most of the deck. We're running 2 Hidden Power, East Supreme Kai. We don't have any actual like World Tournament support, like Searchers, but like it's a World Tournament card, so why would we not run it? Running 4 Announcer Play-by-Play Pro. We don't have a lot of World Tournament cards out, but we usually have enough, especially if you use 1 to negate, and the next turn you just draw. You just play it to draw 2. It's fine. Drawing 2 is really good for 1 energy. It's just too flexible not to run it. Toe is a great card too. We don't have a lot of overwhelm, but being able to make our opponent discard 1 and then make our leader a 25k crit is insane, because then that means they have to combo super combo and something else, and then if they do combo super combo, we'd have to use Bardock on it, and then they'd have to combo something. Like it's just like it's a lot of value for that too. And I think that's everything in the main board. We do have a lot of cards in the side deck because this is a new deck, and I'm still looking through it. If you want to play slower, definitely put in Roshi's and like Cells Earth Cells Earth Destroying, Kamehameha, very good cards, and Roshi being able to loop your dormant potentials are good. We also have like these new cards. I don't really like this Mercenary Tau. If you want to play this guy, it's probably better in Announcer, but you don't also have to have like specifically. I guess to cheat it out for one, you have to have a Green World Martial Arts tournament, but the Announcer gets around that, so that's fine. Yeah, you play this card from your hand, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and cost of 1 or less, and KO it. So it still loses the Black Mass Saiyan, which really sucks, but whatever. And then, but yeah, so you can play it for free turn 2, and then if you swing and then your opponent takes the damage, then you get to play Tau for free. And this card stays on the board too, so if you can do it again next turn, you can do it again. So that's fine, right? And like it's okay. It's weird though, it also negates the skill of this guy, so you can't do any hand destruction. The more I look at it, like just having a 20k double striker you get out for free is fine. I mean, I guess for 1 energy. But it's also like passive hand destruction too, because if you if you swing at this on your opponent's 10k leader, they're going to have to combo 2 cards, and then if they don't combo 2 cards, then you got to play something for free, so it makes them like want to combo cards. So I think it's fine. I think it's an okay effect. Maybe I should look into this more. If I'm running like a build without unisons, I probably would run this guy just because you're able to, like, turn 1 you play Chaozu, and then turn 2 you just play this for 1, and then you swing in with it, and then if your opponent just takes it, then you can do that. Even like the best idea is just trading blow Son Goku, play it for 1, make your opponent discard a card, make him like already a little bit low in energy, and then you just play this next turn. So like I think there's plays for it, but it's not hand destruction. It's like value based, which is, I guess, fine. And then there's also this new combo. If your leader has 3 or more energy and you have Tien Shinhan long-awaited rematch in play, this gains plus 10k power and triple strike. So like it's a good finisher because it's a 25k barrier triple strike. And for 1 green, if all your energy is green, you have a green battle card in play. Play this card from your hand, then add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. So being able to have that self-awakening is kind of good. And then also we've got Tien Shinhan long-awaited rematch. So this card can be played, can't be played from any area by skills other than its own, which is really lame that you can't just play it for 1 with Announcer reboot leader, but you can't. So I guess that's what we're doing. But active main for 2, if you have a green Son Goku long-awaited rematch in play this card from your hand. And then when this card is played, choose all your opponent's battle cards, and you cost 5 or less than KO. I don't know if I said that twice. I may have. But being able to KO your opponent's whole board is great. Being 5 or less when Dark Broly is one of the best decks in the game with a bunch of 6 drops kind of sucks. But it's okay. You get like a double striker, and then like if your opponent is like turn 3, this becomes a triple striker too, so it's fine. It's okay. It's just fine. It's okay. So if you want to play these guys, I think there's a more mid-range deck that fits this idea. But if you want to do more of like a good hand destruction build, I think this is the way to do it. So definitely look out for that. Maybe I'll have like a mock deck in the description. There might be one there right now. You guys can look at it. It might not be good, but because I haven't tested it, but I'll put it there if you guys want to try these new guys, and you can just look at it from there. So that's going to be it for me. Most of these cards are just good ideas, I think. You can also cheese out this guy with Chaozu if you want to, and then you can just like self-awakening. So, I mean, it's really restricted to green Tien cards, which already have self-awakening. But I guess like if you want to make sure that you can do stuff and like pop things, I guess it's okay. I don't think you should, but you can if you want to. But it's a weird one. So that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about this deck. Make sure to check out the Reupload, link in description for that. Make sure to follow me on all my platforms to get notifications of when I'm going live and when I'm making videos and my extra deck lists and stuff like that. And I'll catch you all next time.